Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to Amove versus the World, a special stream today as we are going to be trying to raise a little bit of money for charity. I'll get into that in just a second. But the format for today, guys, is going to be Amove facing off against different opponents. We have some really funny, friendly grudge matches, some experienced players and some new players going up against them. I'm sure we're going to see some pretty crazy stuff overall. And if you can see in the lobby here, we do have Papa Palpatine up first, just waiting on the man, the myth, the legend, Amove at the moment. And I think I've got so many people with different names. We have Ronin's Creams Pasta, B-Move Hacker. I'm not sure who A-Move is just yet, but I'll drop a message and make sure he's in here as quickly as possible. Yep, looks like he just messaged me on Discord. So for those of you guys who don't know, Amove actually contacted me relatively recently and asked if I could host this stream, and I don't want to mess anything up, so I'm just going to read through what he did indeed post on the Get Funded page, and I'll explain how you can help in a little bit more detail. So this is from the words of Mr. Amove himself. So on the 22nd of the 5th, 20, my younger cousin Emily Skye got diagnosed with leukemia. I love her as if she were my own sister. Their fundraiser serves as an initiative of financial aid for the family involved. With the recentness of this incident, there is still too little information about the current situation. Updates will come as we and the family know. All that matters to me is that my cousin gets to live a healthy and happy life. So, very kind of heartbreaking and tragic, to be honest. I know I'm very lucky myself. I haven't known anyone to suffer from leukemia, but of course I'm sure everyone watching, including myself, have had loved ones who've had horrific injuries and diseases, and so forth. So if you do want to help in any way, basically, there is a PayPal account in the description just below the video. I'm also going to be posting it alongside in the chat as we do go along. Any little kind of money will certainly help, as well as kind of emotional support as well, and moral support, of course, towards Amove and his family in this kind of really dark time. And we're going to try and put on a good show for you guys though today, and make it entertaining as well. And I'm sure Amove is he's certainly in a good mood himself. He is Ronin's Creamed Pasta is his name. We are going to have Ronin up against him relatively soon as well, which will be a fun little grudge match there. So Amove has hopped in, and we are going to be playing on top of Troll Country there, guys. So I'll explain once again a little bit later on the stream when we've gathered as many people as possible to kind of go through stuff, of course, and keep you guys updated. But thank you all for the support so far, and let's give Amove a good old shout of encouragement in this stream here today. So I'm going to pop in here. Hey Papa. So the idea is that I can do gentlemen's agreements, or Amove is indeed going to be picking 3 factions. His opponent banning one, he will then pick, and then he will counter pick with his last 2 options. Should be good. We're going to be running for about an hour and a half today, guys, up to 3:30. So a nice short stream, but should be some good fun overall. Going to get chat up on my phone now so I can see you glorious people. What's up, Ronin? Nice to see you here, bud. Ronin will be taking part in round 2. So we have Papa Palpatine, Ronin, Ninja Pingvin, possibly Raptor if he can make it back from work in time, H455566H, not sure what his Steam name is, but that is his Discord name, and Darth Pendragon. Should be some really good fun overall. Creamed pasta. You even have the clan tag. That's kind of funny. Let these guys sort out there. So any questions, guys, please feel free to ask me, of course. Hello, everyone. Samurai told us of this heartwarming initiative. The Tilling community will respond. Awesome. Thank you, Von Acades and friends. Samurai Warrior has already donated. So, guys, if you do want to donate, please do it through the PayPal. So in my description just below, you will find information on the event, but unfortunately it is a little bit bugged. So you can't actually see who's donated or any of that type of stuff. So that's just for information purposes, and you can donate via PayPal. All money, of course, is going to the family to help, obviously, support in this time. It's a very young age to get a disease such as leukemia. So, it is really well supported. So thank you, everyone, for the support so far. And Ronin, he used the extreme meme tag. I hate him. It's beautiful. Whenever you want, champ. Nice. So we do have a scoreboard for today, but of course it's going to be a friendly stream just for the enjoyment here of the games, and obviously to support Amove and his family. But should be some good fun, guys. Who is your money on? Do you think Amove is going to represent hard here? Papa Palpatine, for those who don't know, is secretly, I feel like he doesn't promote himself enough, one of the best Chaos players in the game currently. He is deadly with them. I'm sure there's 1 or 2 that maybe he's still catching up to, but I'm not just saying that because he's a clanmate, he is incredibly good. He had a game up against V-Claw, who's a very established player himself, up in one of my recent tournaments. I believe it was the Clan Wars, and he chose Chaos into Vampire Counts, and Counts, considered to be one of the hardest counters in the game when it comes up to the Chaos matchup, and it was insane. I don't want to say any more. You guys should definitely go watch it at some point. It was really great. You okay if I play Chaos? Palpatine going his favourite faction here? We'll see what Amove does go for. It's going to be so confusing when Ronan pops in and they've got different names and they've switched them all around. It's going to be hectic. If the stream gets 25 likes, Rubber Duck will drink a little of tea and eat biscuits and a whole shepherd's pie in stream to show how true Brit. Right, Ducky and support Amove. I'm like the one Brit who doesn't like tea, but I'll do it for Amove here. Cool, cool. We are playing on Troll Country here. Nice small map just to get the stream underway with some close quarters goodness. What's up, Leviathan? Amove is in fact here, buddy. He is going under the name of Ronan's Creamed Pasta. I'll explain that a bit more when Ronan does pop in here. These guys have a really kind of friendly like rivalry. It's kind of hilarious, to be honest, watching the guys banter in Discord. If you're talking about the charity part of the stream, however, there's a link just in the description. But basically, it's we're raising money for Amove's cousin and her family, as she has unfortunately been diagnosed with leukemia. There's more information if you just follow the links, and if you would like to support, there is a PayPal as well, and all the money will go to the family, of course. What's up, Twilight? How's it going, bud? Amazing initiative. Indeed, it was all Amove's idea. I don't really want to take any credit for it. He actually messaged me and asked if I'd be kind enough to, host this event. And of course, I'm super happy to host it and help out any way I can. I'm going to be donating myself, but I realise I need to set up a PayPal account. I'm like that one. I'm like an old man. I only just got online banking and I don't have PayPal. But that is the easiest way to support him there. Cool, looks like these boys are ready to rumble. And we'll get this first battle underway. Man, this Tillian community, can someone explain to me? You guys are awesome. You've all like popped up out of nowhere. Is that the Italian Total War community, perhaps? We will see. So here we go, lads. We are loading in to Troll Country here. Going to be some fantastic stuff. I was actually looking at chat, so I didn't even see who Amove picked here. I think it was Empire. But Chaos is going to be very nasty. By the way, Tilia, we mean Italy. Perfect. Cool, cool. Thank you, Ronan, for the heads up. Oh, welcome, welcome, guys. So here we go. We do have a Troll Country, pretty fun map, a classico in my opinion. We do have the high ground dotted in little hills in the four quarters with some trees as well for sneaky stabbing, but to be honest, this battle tends to come down to a glorious mosh pit in the middle. But it's going to be interesting. Going into a mosh pit up against Chaos is normally considered a terrible idea, so we have to see what sneaky schemes Amove does pull. I'm certainly expecting him at some point to bring some full-on meme armies as well in today's stream. I'm praying we see some tic-tac-toe action. What's up, David the White Lizard? How's it going, bud? I hope you're all good, man. You're just in time for the first game of the stream. Which is all good as we're just waiting for these players to load in now. Have a little sip of my drink while we wait. Maybe we've had some problems loading with Amove before, but it normally sorts itself out after the first game, so... Oh, looks like the bar has popped up though, which is a good sign. A very good sign indeed. What's up, Zachary? He's not noticed me. I'm filled with sadness. I've seen you, man. Ducky, you'll save me from my job. I will certainly try my best. So, for the forces of Amove here, in the front line, he has a mixture of spearmen with shields, Sigma sons, the most righteous of all of the sons of Sigma. Also, we just have spearmen dotted along, so cheap and cheerful chaff to hold the front line, absorb the charge and the damage before punching back as hard as possible. There are some flagellants here, not the tattered souls, unfortunately, just the usual variety. Looks like we have a large cav contingent. We have Reichsguard with the Royal Outdorf Gryphites. These guys look so badass. Imagine how much of a badass you must be to ride one of these glorious beasts into battle. Anti-large, fantastic at taking down enemy cav themselves. And a couple more Reichsguard on the right-hand flank. Do we have... Yes, we do have some skirmishers. Double Outriders. Looks like we don't have, unfortunately, any of the grenade launchers, which are one of my favourite units. But I can understand in this matchup why it's better to go for those armour-piercing shots. He does have a nice leadership core here as well of a Jade Wizard coming in with Regrowth, Earthblood and a Power Stone. And Karl Franz up in the sky here, rocking Garl Miraz, a true champ here of the people. Going to be leading the forces of the Empire into glorious conquest. Now, for the forces of Chaos and Papa Palpatine, the evilly cackles in the back here, we do have some Chaos Warhounds with poison for a nice bit of counter skirmish. Going to have to have their work cut out for them, hunting down those Outriders where possible. For the front line, Cheap and Cheerful himself with Chaos Marauders. These guys will tear up state troops in a matter of seconds. They have some really cool abilities overall. Actually, no, these guys don't have Berserker, that's the Norscan version. So just the basic guys, but still decent stats. We do have Chaos Warriors with great weapons in a secondary line, mixed in with some Mirror Guard. These guys, as vain as they come, but they are very, very glorious, watching themselves in their own reflections. We do have Armoured Chaos Trolls. Poison Duck would be very pleased with this build. These guys have such incredibly cool models. We don't get to see them too often, but he does have triple Chaos Trolls here. He also has a Chaos Sorcerer of Fire coming in with Burning Head, and a Chaos Sorcerer of Shadows with Pendulum, Enfeebling Foe, and Scroll of Shielding. They're the Summoners of Rage, regiment-renowned Dragon Ogres, in the back line here. Fantastic anti-large, but they need to be wary of those Demigryph Knights, of course. And leading the forces is the glorious, the memeiest Prince Sigvald the Magnificent. Is he going with his Mirror Guard? Where has he gone? Ah, still in the centre pocket here. He does have regeneration, immune to psychology, and is a decent duelist, but he's considered the worst of the Chaos Lords, I feel. Looks like the Warhounds have been deployed in deep reserve here, so there's in fact 2 of those guys, and the battle is underway. Who is your money on? Let's see. So Karl Franz does start launching himself forward as the Empire forces do move up. Not too much range here, just these skirmisher units, so it is going to be a big old clobber in the centre pocket here. Looks like the Chaos Sorcerer of Fire has already used the Fiddlebeard Rod, taking out a tiny bit of damage here, and the Outriders lace some shots into these Chaos Trolls, but you need to start bringing down their numbers, as of course these guys do have that nice regeneration, going to be keeping them fighting. Chaos Warhounds are going to be trying to chase down the Outriders, but Flatulence are getting in here to intercept, and they're going to take some damage, but they can give it as good as they get. Expecting to see some of the Empire Knights counter-charging here in just a second. Jade Wizard has got a little bit close for comfort here, realises he's got Sigvald and Trolls after him, and instantly decides to flee back. Looks like the Doggos did take a bit of damage, and the Outriders are relatively safe, still lacing shots into those armoured Chaos Trolls. Kind of 110 armour though. These guys are going to be rather slow to die. And we have some huge lance and charges coming in by the Royal Adolf Griffites and the Reichsguard into the front line, pinning in these Chaos Trolls. They're going to want to pull back as quickly as possible behind the Mirror Guard. A nice pendulum coming down, but it looks like it was mainly dodge. But a big, nasty Burning Head's going to be coming in here, roasting the Sigma Suns. It looks like they noticed just a tad too late there and got absolutely wrecked. Karl Franz is now overextended on his own, and the Reichsguard come crashing into these Chaos Marauders. Trolls really need to get active here, but in the back line, some Chaos Warhounds are going to be appearing here. And this is a real ultimate blood and thunder affair here. Is the cav going to be enough to break through the Trolls and the Infantry Corps? We have some nice cycle charging coming from the Reichsguard on this flank, and it looks like the Marauders are starting to buckle. Some of the Chaos Trolls are terrified off as well, as Karl Franz rocking in with his mighty buffs here, going absolutely ham on these armoured Trolls. Doing a decent job overall. Only 3 kills, but it's the damage he has caused. In the back lines, the Reichsguard did manage to notice these hounds coming in the back lines, protecting these Outriders and hunting these guys down as quickly as possible. The Warhounds just don't have that AP on their gnarly teeth to break through the armour of the Reichsguard. So the Chaos Trolls are pushing through into the back line, a fantastic counter to the cav themselves. Outriders are turning to shoot, but they need to be wary. More Chaos Warhounds are now darting in the back lines. It looks like the Spearmen weren't wary of this, and oh no, this is a disaster. These Outriders need to stay active and online. Karl Franz does plod back here though, and hop on top of them. Looks like the Summoners of Rage do have the Scroll of Shield and pops in as they go in for a nice cycle charge on the Reichsguard. Royal Adolf Griffites are here though with a Regrowth and an Earthblood. They're going to be fighting for absolute days, but they don't really want to be dueling Mirror Guard. Want to be focusing down at those larger threats. Karl Franz does manage to save the back line, hopping on top of those Chaos Warhounds and terrifying them away. Looks like we do have a Vortex spell coming down here perhaps. Is it going to be the Chain Lightning coming in from the Summoners of Rage? But unfortunately it's a bit of a swing and a miss. May catch 1 or 2 of those Reichsguard. But these Chaos Warhound plays have been so annoying by Papa Palpatine. Getting into the back line and shutting down these Outriders as much as possible. And they're one of the best keys, of course, to answering the sheer amount of Chaos Trolls. Great micro so far by both players, and this big blob fight. Karlfrons has the enfeebling foe popped on him. He needs to retreat as quickly as possible. He does not want to get dragged down in this big old pit of glory, although some nice swing attacks has kept him a little bit alive and active. On the high ground, Marauders are slowly beaten through Spearmen, but it looks like a relatively even trade there up on the high ground, and Chaos Trolls are in the back line hunting down Reiksguard, which is a fantastic trade, of course, for the Warriors of Chaos. Looks like the Chaos Warhounds once again have been terrified away, but there's so much great backline pressure coming in. Outriders have been forced to rout as well. Looks like they were saying good luck, have fun in chat, which is always good to see. Chaos Trolls slowly beating their way through, and looks like Karlfrons may be falling here. Foeseeker is active. Enfeebling Foe, of course, the extended duration there, has fallen back to help protect this backline and beat down some Chaos Marauders. This game could still go any which way, but Empire certainly on the back foot here. There's just so many Chaos Trolls left, and with their regeneration now, are there any Outriders left to deal with those guys? It looks like there were some surviving, but fantastic play once again by Palpatine getting these Chaos Warhounds to hunt them down. It looks like the forces of Empire guys are starting to struggle here. Up in the high ground, Reiksguard getting pulled down by Chaos Trolls. Spearman doing a decent job and actually beating back Chaos Marauders. I'm very surprised about that engagement up on the hill. Karlfrons trying his best. He needs some heavy regrowths here to stay in the action. Chaos Trolls do have standard die popped, but that is not going to save them from the wrath of Karlfrons himself. Roll out of Gryphites relatively healthy as well, and they could certainly pull down the Summoners of Rage and all the Trolls if they get decent engagement. What you need to do, get Karlfrons up in the skies, get these Roll out of Gryphites back into the back lines, hunt off units where they can, and start isolating these Chaos Trolls who have started to overchase and fall back. Destroy them, and then you simply circle charge the infantry and so forth. But Prince Sigvald is no pushover himself, as he does charge into glorious combat here, up to 13 kills. He looks like he's trying to run in slow motion along a beach. It's so ridiculous. And so he is going to be getting in here and cutting up some of these brave forces of the Empire. Going after the Jade Wizard, really smart players. That is one of the only ways back in this for the Empire. But I think Army Losses is going to set in here. Winds of Magic has run dry, and that is going to be game one to the rest of the world there. GG guys, awesome game overall. That was some pretty crazy stuff. I think what managed to win it there for the Forces of Chaos was that Warhound play. Hopping on top of the Outriders, shutting those guys down. It was really well done overall. I really actually quite like the Chaos Trolls in this matchup as well. A little bit risky, of course, because of all the nasty guns and so forth the Forces of Empire can bring, but they countered the cavalry so effectively and managed to beat them down, fall back, regenerate, and come back into the main fight. GG, well played. No gun line. GG, well played. Loving the Trolls. Cool, so I'm going to update the scoreboard here for you guys. And then I will come and chill out with you guys. Ronan, if you are in chat, please do hop in now. Lobby's password is 123. Let's go to here and pop up. The rest of the world has drawn first blood. Great swords die to Trolls, that is indeed. I want to use my double wind spell. Cool, cool. So we are going to be switching up the map. Which one should we go for? Let's go for a nice big open map now that we have done the nice close quarters one. Let's go Prague. Cool. What's up, Misha? How's it going? Hope you're all good. And Poison Ducky, welcome, welcome. Yeah, man, I don't know if you missed it or if you managed to see it, man, but they had Armoured Trolls. Some glorious action indeed. Yes, hope you guys are all good. See, you've got quite a few people in the chat here. Hope you're having a good time. So yes, charity hype. I will go through that in just a second again for anyone who has joined a little bit late. Also, clicking my joints and popping my ears and such. Oh, do you have to do it multiple times? Yes, Magnus, who's also a ninja, does, I know, suffer from some form of OCD. I've spoken to him a little bit about it, but I won't obviously talk too much about it on stream. It's weird. I used to have like a small problem with it when I was younger. I had to do stuff in 8s and 4s, and occasionally 2s, but 2s weren't as good, of course, as 4s and 8s, because that would be nonsense. Ah, so Ronan has popped in here. B-Move Hacker is his name, up against Ronan's Creamed Pasta. I love these guys. It's so good. I put cream on lasagna. Hey, hey. I love Armoured Trolls. Hey, hey, Ronan. So this is going to be quite confusing to anyone who doesn't know about these guys. Kind of friendly beef they have. They're actually really good friends. It's just they've got a fun little rivalry. So Ronin's Cream Pasta is Amove, and B-Move Hacker is actually Ronin, which is quite fun. I mean, we're playing on Prague here. So we let these guys sort out the matchups. It is Gents Agreement or Amove picks 3. His opponent bans 1 and picks 1, and then Amove would choose the last ones. Restore balance. What's up, Archmage? How are you doing? But yes, for those just joining, well, one, thank you for the huge amount of support and tuning in. We are doing a charity event here, so if you look down in the description just below, there is a link which will kind of describe the situation that is done by Amove himself. But if you do want to donate, don't do it through that link. There is a PayPal link, as the first one is a little bit glitchy, unfortunately, and you can't actually kind of see, you know, who's donated or any of that type of stuff. So please do use the PayPal. And basically what's gone on, I won't go on about it, you know, too much. I know it's quite obviously a personal issue, but Amove's younger cousin has unfortunately been diagnosed with leukemia. So he's trying to raise some money to help her family out, basically, and help support her. She is very young, of course, and these things do take a huge toll. Luckily for myself, I don't know anyone who has suffered from this before, but of course, I'm sure like most of you guys have had family members and loved ones have kind of horrible injuries and diseases and so forth, and it's really heartbreaking, both for themselves, obviously, but also the people around them. So we're just trying our best where possible to support Amove in these kind of troubled times. Of course, if you can't donate, you know, and you don't have like kind of the funds, I know we are all under difficult times as well with the coronavirus, don't worry, the support is also huge. I've spoken to Amove about this before, and moral support is equally important to him as well. So just cheer him on and have a good time, guys. Cool. I'm just going to drop a link actually to the PayPal quickly, because unfortunately I don't think I can make mods yet, which is really annoying to kind of do this. So let me sort this out quickly. Copy. Yep. And we're back. So hopefully you guys can see this in chat, the link. And hopefully that'll work. I don't normally drop links in there, so it's hard to see. Extreme Meme Team's worst nemesis. Extreme Meme Team, someone memeing against them. Hello, good. I am God. Nice to hear, Zachary. What's up, Coin Life? Great to see you back again once again, dude. Poison Ducky representing the East Coast here. I'm assuming you are a Biggie fan back in the day. So we have Norska, which is quite interesting. I think Greenskins versus Norska. This is going to be a thunderous affair once more. Both these factions very good at swarming and getting in there and doing the dirty work. New Greenskins. Might see some of the new units. Could be some good fun. Only 4 likes away. From what? Oh, before you want me to drink tea. I'm like the one British guy who doesn't drink tea. I don't drink tea or coffee. This is going to sound really weird. I like the smell of coffee now, like the like ground coffee, if I walk like through the section in the store. So I've been a little bit tempted, but I'm a hot chocolate kind of guy myself, I'm afraid. Usually when you grow up, weird little kinks and fidgets pass if you notice it when you're young. Yes, still have a few, of course, but a donation was made. Every little bit helps. Yes, thank you, Misha. Thank you so much. I'm sure Amove will be appreciating this greatly, as well as the family. Can't stay long due to family stuff, because likes are worth giving to. Good luck with you, sir. Thank you, Eye of Tomato, man. Great to see you. I don't think I've seen you around before. Maybe we'll see some crazy mushroom gobbos. Oh, that's the dream. Imagine being a goblin on mushrooms. I think they die after taking them, so it gives them like a huge strength of energy, but obviously they get worn out and kind of die. I wonder if they weren't swinging the bigger fanatic balls around, if they would actually survive. I'm not sure. Yes, man. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Haven't actually played too many games on Prague, but I saw it in a recent, I think Turin's King of the Hill it was one, so I was like, that's one I need to try out. Always trying to expand my kind of retinue of maps for tournaments and so forth. This was Greenskin favoured before the patch. Not sure how it is now. With all their new tools, you'd expect it to stay favoured for them. However, you can often fall into the trap of wanting to bring all the new shiny things, and maybe that wouldn't work so well. Of course, like Debiggin and so forth, Norskin's very good at taking down large threats. It's going to be interesting. I've want to know people's reaction to Wolf Goblin Chariots, because I've basically never seen them in multiplayer, and then in the tournament we did the other day, Soothsayer kept on bringing them and doing fantastic work with them, and I don't know if they got buffed or if I was just kind of looking Like, I was just, you know, not paying attention to them, and kind of giving them a bad rep, I suppose. 0 funds left from B-Move, and it looks like he's ready as well. Almost donated £100 and nearly shat myself. Oh god, yeah, please double check your numbers. Goblin beer must be really good. Oh, like mushroom beer, like fermented in. Nom nom nom. Yeah, that would have been a nightmare, Zachary. No worries, Iron Man. If you are going to donate, guys, just heads up, do it through the PayPal link. So it's the second link in the description. The first one is just an information basis, as I think there is a bug with kind of getting the money to go through there. Oh no, what will I do now? He's doomed! The 0 gold build shall reign supreme. With the change to War Shrine, Norse could have better chances. I've seen people bring in the War Shrine a lot more. I can't remember what it does now and the changes. I feel like it got cheaper. I can't remember if it had too many stats changes. Guys, just finishing off their builds here. So we are going to be playing, guys, to half 3 today, so we still have over an hour left of action. We're going to be trying to get through as many competitors as possible. So we've already had Papa Palpatine, we've then had Ronin, we will be getting Ninja up after this. Possibly Raptor, if he can make it back, Extreme Meme Team's very own. Then H455566HH, not sure his Steam name is, but that's his name on Discord, and Darth Pendragon. So hopefully we'll get through all of those guys. If we do manage to, I will either hop in for a game or get some of you guys in chat to join in. Double check the currency. Yes, you can switch up your currency, Zachary. On there, there's like a little drop down, and you can change it to like British pounds if you want, or euros, or you know, whatever country you're from. Minus 200 cost and encourageability. Oh, encourage can be very nice there. I would kind of like to see the Biggin at some point. I do have one greenskin build which can kind of work up against forces of beastmen and counts using the Biggin, or using, you know, rogue idols and stuff. But I don't think it's overly competitive, unfortunately. But, you know, Greenskins can't complain. They got so much. They got too much. It's like Amove just sorting stuff out a little bit. Don't remember conversion rates anymore. Don't worry, man. You can literally switch it on there. It'll do it for you, I believe, on PayPal. Nice, nice. And here we go, guys. Round 2. Who's your money on here? The Greenskins. If you want the Greenskins to win, please drop a wah. If you want the Norskins to win, please just do your best Viking impression. And let me know. Nice little sip of water there. Trying to keep me alive and active. Hope some of you guys are going to be playing in the ECL today as well. Hopefully I'll run into a couple of you guys if I go on a nice little run. We'll see. Depends who you get in the first round. I think I ran into Hadri's last time, and Hadri's is one of those players, I think it's Hadri's and Tank, who I can never defeat. Oh no, it's Hadri's and the Undertaker, aka Grombrindle, who I always run into in tournaments, and I can just never break them down. It's insane. But still, always have some good games up against them. Right, Idols are good versus High Elves if you manage to take down the Hunters. So, I feel like High Elves actually used to, at least pre-patch, really struggle with large entities. Everyone was always like, oh, we have Phoenix Guard, we have Archers, but if you keep those troops moving and you harass the back line effectively, going big dinos and big monsters was always fantastic against High Elves. I feel like Silver and Guard gives them a few more options, of course. White Lions can pin in Chariots and so forth, so it has changed a little bit, but I'm going to wait a few weeks before I kind of make my final, kind of, I suppose, predictions, or not predictions, but evaluation of the DLC. I was considering doing a video on it, not sure if I'm going to, if I'm not, of just like, you know, 2 weeks after DLC, or 4 weeks after DLC, kind of my rounded opinions after that. As I think a lot of people have made early prediction videos, but I think it's much better to wait a little while. Anyway, without further ado, let's hop in here and have a little look at the forces of Amove and the Greenskins. I'm going to get their names mixed up so many times, because they're goddamn Steam names. So, it looks like he does have a couple of units of the Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers here in the front lines. One of them being the Death Creepers, in fact. Regeneration, poison attacks, makes them a pain in the arse skirmish unit. Looks like he does have some Goblins in the front line, mixed in with nasty Skulkers, Night Goblin Fanatics, the 8-peak Loonies, glorious stuff. And I'll try and catch some of the Fanatics spinning around. They do so much damage now, it's really fun to watch. He has gone for the big old Arachnarok Queen here, regiment-renowned spider. Very talented anti-large duelist. Poison attacks as well makes her even more deadly than her stats would show, even though they're pretty scary as well. We have the Swamp Fins. What is this? I haven't seen these guys in action yet. So we have the Swamp Fins plus a standard unit of River Trolls. These guys look absolutely horrendous, like one of the new units of the DLC. I think widely considered to be one of the weaker units. The Stone Trolls have had a much more love. But these guys do have regeneration, aquatic, and they cause terror, which is pretty cool. Slimy Shanks as well. So the poison, pretty damn good. And let's see, hop onto these guys quickly. Yeah, Overwhelming Odor, -6 melee attack to all enemies around them. Could do some pretty decent work. He's also got some Goblin Wolf Chariots, Snarsnake on foot, and an Orc Shaman as well with, here we go, Brainbuster and a Scroll of Shielding. Looks like this guy's underway, so I'll go quickly through the Norscan build here. A couple of Marauders in the front line here, and then a ton of Norscan Ice Trolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, double Skin Wolves on the right-hand flank, so a ton of regeneration in this army. He does have a Shaman, Sorcerer of Fire, Burning Head, Flame Sword of Ruin, Fireball, and Scroll of Shielding on a Chariot, and Wulfric the Wanderer. Looks like on the left flank, 2 Skin Wolves as well, so a monster mash build here. And it looks like a well-timed boat, almost a well-timed boat. I thought that was just coming down, but it looks like it was a little bit of a swing and a miss, unfortunately. But it would have been worth to save on top of the Goblins. Now, unfortunately for all these Night Goblin fanatics, they now no longer have any good targets, basically, apart from these 2 units of Marauders. So that's a nice play bringing the Giant Troll build. Equally, Goblin Wolf Chat's going to struggle, but the Arachnarok Spider's back is certainly going to be hurting after this game if she does manage to come through with a victory. But does Snarsnik have Despite of the Bad Moon? It looks like he does. That will give a bonus versus large to a big air effect, which is going to be really key here up against the Monster Mash here. 301, technically a legal build coming in here. The Night Goblins are going to be pushing forward here. They need to try and hop on top of these Marauders. If I was Ronin in this situation, I would be attacking first with the Norscan Ice Trolls and then following up with the Marauders just so you can avoid those nasty fanatics here. Looks like the front line is underway here. Night Goblin fanatics are engaging in the front line, and you can see some of those fanatics are swinging through, wreaking havoc on top of these Marauders, actually bringing them down to half health. Really nice stuff. But everywhere else, the Goblins are going to get absolutely butchered by these Norscan Ice Trolls, but in come the Swamp Fins, running into the front line, and causing terror is going to be super useful here, trying to break off the Norscan Ice Trolls who simply only cause fear. The Swamp Fins getting in there, a big Burning Head trying to come down and roast to death Creepers and Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers, but to be honest, looks like it was actually just in front of them, so it didn't do too much damage. Over on this far flank, Snarsnik has hopped in up on top of the Norscan Ice Trolls and trying to isolate the Shaman. If you can get rid of his magic here early game, that'd be very impressive indeed. River Trolls trying to counter the Skin Wolves here, as well with some Goblins. And in come the Nasty Skulkers. This is a fantastic situation. Smoke Bomb has been popped, going to be slowing these guys down. Snarsnik's going to be getting in his nice little shanks, pulling down all of these key units. A really nice play so far by both players, but the front line is an absolute butcher shop for the Norscans so far. Arachnarok Queen completely surrounded here by Norscan Ice Trolls, Skin Wolves, and yes, she's good against all these targets, but in this sheer amount of volume, she's certainly going to get surrounded and dragged down. With Wulfric the Wanderer popping in as well, it's going to be pretty scary stuff indeed. Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers doing okay consistent damage to the Norscan Ice Trolls. Of course, these guys do have regeneration as well. The Swamp Fins fighting firm in the centre pocket here. Looks like the Orc Shaman Hunter Champions has been popped on him, is legging it into the protection of these guys. And some glorious, beautiful troll-on-troll action as Frost Breath and Vomit does go back and forth as these guys attempt to club each other to death. But it looks like the Norscan Ice Trolls slowly starting to get tear-outed. The Swamp Fins could be a clutch pick here. Over in the far side, it looks like the Shaman Sorcerer is getting broken here and hunted down. He might just be about to escape here, but he does start to rout. He's going to take the Death Creepers and hunt this guy down off the battlefield. That is going to be huge, getting away the magic for the rest of the battlefield. Scroll of Shielding was popped on top of the Norscan Ice Trolls, but unfortunately for them, they do rout. But the rest of the battlefield going very heavily in the Norscan's favour. Norscan Ice Wolf slowly being broken down. The Arachnarok Queen, Scroll of Shielding, as she does scurry back towards friendly troops here, which is a really nice play. Looks like there are some Spider Hatchlings, Goblins as well, that can all be used to hunt down routing troops, as the Norscans have formed a bit of a Death Star here. But there is so many scary monsters left on the field. Scroll of Shielding still active on the Queen though, keeping her going for now. I believe this is going to be an here we go, plus 40 melee attack, but unfortunately the Swamp Fins do start to break just as that wall comes in. That's so unfortunate. These guys would be doing huge damage right now. Orc Shaman is struggling a little bit as well, but the Goblins, the River Trolls, everyone in here is getting a ton of buffs. Including the Arachnarok Queen, who's rocking a massive 134 melee attack there, at least briefly. More fanatics are being driven through the lines as well. Going to be chewing up these Marauders and doing some damage still to Skin Wolves and Trolls, even though it's not kind of the perfect situation. Looks like the Chain Sorcerer has rallied, and I think the Norsemen may be able to grind this one out here. A lot of Heralds are starting to come in now as the kind of backbone of the Greenskin forces have started to break, and the Norsemen Ice Trolls are constantly being broken, but there's not enough to catch them as they do retreat, and you know, they're coming back regenerating up. And the Akronot Queen, on the other hand, of course, does not have regeneration. The big fireball does clatter her in the face there. Snarlsnake doing pretty good though, stacked on top of the Queen is the best bet, taking down a ton of foes here. Balance power is unfortunately against Amove at this point. River Trolls falling back as well. They are going to regenerate and come back into the action, however, but good diligent play by Ronan here, hunting down troops with his very fast Skin Wolves. Just hop on top of the River Trolls, chase them off, there's no point letting them come back into the game. Army losses do set in, and the rest of the world strikes once again here. Very well played. We've seen so many troll builds, it's very interesting indeed. Hello, Luca, my new friend. What's up? What's up, Luca? The core of the Phoenix King shall decide your fate. Hope you're doing good, man. He outdid me. He has more trolls. My inner Norskin wants Wolf Boys to win, yet Gobos I love. The lads must shank. I think that was just... There's not too much Amove could do up against such reckless monsters. There was just far too many of them. And Wolfric, 216 kills. A real MVP here. I quite liked the Pekka to Swamp Fins. They actually managed to tear out a lot of the enemy trolls, but there wasn't enough to back them up, even with the Arachnot Queen. The poor Goblins were basically just wasted money at this point. Yes, they managed to drop Fanatics on top of the Marauders and get some okay damage, but there's nothing they can do up against the Ice Trolls and the Fenrir. So, you know, 9/10 of this army just really couldn't do too much, unfortunately. Damn, I love my Frost Boys. Honoured to see ya. GG. So, Ninja, if you would like to join in, buddy. It is on you. Dun, 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 dun. There you are. Next game I'll bring Halberds only. I love it. And we are going to go on Plains of Spider. Cool, Ninja is hopping online now. Sorry, bro. Oh no, he already knows. What's up, Chare, by the way, in chat? Sorry, man, I've just seen your message on Discord, dude. Not going to make it. No worries, Raptor. So Raptor is out of the running, but that's fine. So we do indeed then have, take off Raptor. Bum, 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 bum. So we've already had Papa P and Ronin. We have Ninja Ping then next, then H4, 555, 66, H, and Darth Pendragon. And possibly one or two more games, perhaps. Does it have every model for it to be legal, though? What's this, sorry? Stone Trolls may be super good here. Stone Trolls are very good overall. 300 is the limit, yes. You had enough models for it to be in the limits. I don't know if you had one too many of the trolls. I think it was fine. Yay. Plain of Spiders is the map. Cool. I'll let these guys sort out their builds. So it's either going to be Gentleman's Agreement, of course, or simply triple pick ban system that everyone kind of knows now, which is normally done in third place games in best of threes. Whatever you want. Awesome. I'm assuming Ninja is going to be bringing a Star Dragon. He's a big fan. It's a King of the Hill style. This is kind of King of the Hill. It's just everyone up against Amove, though. So Amove is going to be staying as king regardless for this stream. I didn't want to lose time checking rules and stuff. No, man, I think the build was legal, dude. It had the numbers regardless. I'm just not sure on how many trolls and stuff you're allowed. I didn't bother checking. It's fine, man. We're doing quite a relaxed stream here, to be honest. So I'm loosely playing the Warhammer Cup rules. Gonna play High Elves. Awesome. Gonna have a little sip of my drink. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, by the way, and supporting Amove. I'm honoured he chose me to do his charity stream here. It's been good fun. If you guys do enjoy Total War content as well, feel free to, stick around and all that. We do Total War content consistently on the channel. This is our first charity event, but I'm sure we will do more in the future as well. And yeah, just continue to grow. It's great to see so many new faces and old faces alike around. Poison Ducky, I can join the list of players if needed. Cool, man. I'll add you to the end. I think we're going to be good, numbers-wise, because we are going to be wrapping up, of course, before the ECL starts, just so everyone who can compete in this can also compete in that and all that good stuff. Oh, the rules list says 250 minimum. That's definitely changed. It used to be 300 because I had to change my army around because obviously I like a good old Rohan build now and again. I had to make it legal. Loosely, as it's not a tourney, and are you playing meme armies? Yeah, we are going to play meme. How many solar engines one can bring in a tourney? I want to say 2, but it may be 3. I mean, it depends what rules the tournament's doing. There's Warhammer Cup rules and banner rules are the 2 dominant ones. I believe it may be 2 in both, however. But we are doing kind of, you know, like a fun stream here, so. Once again, guys, I'm not going to, obviously, if, of course, you can't donate and all that stuff to Amove's cause here, don't worry about it, but I will be dropping another link as way to the PayPal, just for those who did join late and so forth. So there you go, guys. And let's pop back into the game. Kill, kill. We're all good to go, it looks like. I'm excited. Can Amove get on the scoreboard, or has like I need to update the rest of the world? Boop. As the world does take a dominant early lead here. Coming in with the 2 very good players though, Palpatine and Ronin there, representing DBD and Extreme Meme Team. We now have Ninja up. Looks like he's just going to sort out his build. I 100% think we're going to be seeing a Star Dragon. 100%. Don't forget the lawless wasteland of a ladder. I do enjoy playing on ladder, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. I played against someone the other day. It was the worst game of Warhammer I've ever played in my life. They sat in the corner with Bretonnians and just like rows of peasants and like trebuchets and archers and stuff, and then just kited with some flying units while I like slowly had to approach the very corner. It was just the most boring thing I've ever done. It nearly actually ran out. I've never had a game go over on time, but it went on for like 18 minutes or something ridiculous. It was like really late at night as well as my last game. I was like, nope. Bring me battle! Number of warp grinders is 1, right? No, surely you can bring more warp grinders. That'd be insane if you can only bring 1. Throw me against him and give him a quick win. Amove is a very deadly combatant indeed. Yes, Poison Ducky it is indeed, but it doesn't start till, I think, half 3 or half 4 or something. So that's why we're going to be finished about half 3, just so people can check in for that and stuff. Ben the Barman, the absolute man, the myth, the legend, the champ in disguise, as a humble barman. Hope you're doing all good, man. Hope you're not working too hard. I believe Ben may actually be the original champion of our first ever Death Before Dishonor tournament, if I'm not mistaken. They should improve my build for future tourneys. Do you think Warhammer 3 is going to have better multiplayer at launch? Launch, maybe not. Simply because I don't know if they have all factions in, like the same with Total Warhammer 2. Warp Grinders is 1 because of net. That makes sense. Yeah, Misha's 100% correct there. So they've certainly opened their eyes to the multiplayer community more and more. So I think they're going to go pretty ham on Total Warhammer 3. Don't worry, by the way, about Ninja hopping in and out of stuff like this. It's he has to do stuff a certain amount of times because of his OCD, but it's all good. It's all good. Working too hard. Yes, I can imagine, man. It's going to be pretty busy for you at the moment. I'm assuming the bar has opened up, but it's odd serving customers. There is a ton of potential for this game. I really hope they So, I did a video ages ago of like my wishes for Total Warhammer 3 or changes to multiplayer or something, and I think it'd be really quite easy to implement a challenge system like we guys use at the moment as a third party into the game, so content creators can just set up tournaments very quickly, and also you can just have computer generated one where when 10 players enter, it just starts, and you can play without needing a host, which of course means it won't be streamed and so forth, but would still be good fun. Changes to the ladder system and who you come up against and how to balance it. Maybe do a ranked match or like a kind of a free-for-all, open non-ranked matches as well. And the community continues to grow, which is really saying something this late into its life cycle of Total Warhammer 2. And number 3 is only going to bring more people in. It's empty. Hey, that's the best way to be, man. but no stuff. And that's going to be the downside, I suppose. There's no one to serve, but no one to chat to either. Hopefully that means you're getting some good Total War Warhammer practice. So playing the spiders here. Bit of a weird map overall. A little bit hilly, but I suppose both opponents can take to the hills if they want. And of course I see the Star Dragon in the distance and oh my god! What on earth is this build? Right, so for Amove, once again leading the forces of the Greenskins, his front line consists of nasty skulkers, goblins, orc boys and goblins, so no fanatics today unfortunately. He does have a Night Goblin Warboss, Rolled and Dirty, alongside a Night Goblin Shaman, who of course is bringing Gorkle Fix-It and Vindictive Glare, as well as the Madcap Mushrooms. The Lord probably has the Tormentor Sword, I would assume. Yep, Tormentor Sword. Fermented Fungi, of course, can rampage once the opponent is below a certain threshold. Minus 24 melee defense, as well, which is quite nice. And is immune to Psychology, which is really useful. And then just trolls upon trolls into the sunset. A front line of 4 trolls, just the standard variety, and a backup line of 4 stone trolls. These guys, a little bit tougher, have some really nice resistance as well with their scaly skin. If we look down here, you can see they have regeneration as well, like your standard trolls. Their armor piercing and armor of 70 overall is pretty damn tasty. Terror routes is going to be a real big problem here, though. To have the Broken Tusk Mob as well, or Ball Boy Biggin. So, if they swarm the Star Dragon, they will destroy that thing in seconds, and these poor Rangers are going to suffer so hard. However, Terror routes could be really crucial here. So you do have a front line of Rangers backed up by double war lines of Chase here. There is a Prince, it looks like the male version as well, bringing his sword on top of a Griffin here. One of the new mounts looking very regal and fantastic. A Star Dragon down on the low ground. Of course, there is a Mage of Life with regrowth. Oh no, is that just Earthblood? Earthblood and Shield of Thorns here. And down in the low grounds here, we do have, looks like, some Dragon Princes, as well as more war lines of Chase. On the other flank, we have double Illyrian Reavers. This is going to be tough. The Star Dragon could be really key here in breaking the forces, but these Rangers are about to get absolutely hammered here. If there was the Rahagus Pride, the regiment-round war lines of Chase, with the Star Dragon popping in as well and all that good stuff, perhaps it would be a different story here. The Rangers are attempting to fall back as the Mage is getting a little overextended here. But he doesn't want to get involved too much just yet. Looks like just good luck, have funs. Do have Illyrian Reavers starting to come down the flank as well, getting ready for some nice rear charges. But the front line has been engaged here, and these Rangers, again, absolutely slaughtered. They're going to do next to no damage here up against the Trolls. And in comes the second wave of Stone Trolls here. Look at these lads plodding into glorious combat. And you see the Rangers, they're doing their fancy little sword twirls and dances and so forth, but they're getting absolutely obliterated along the front line. Nice sniping attempt though, Prince and Dragon coming in. This is what he needs to do at this point. He needs to get rid of the Night Goblin Warboss, break the leadership here of the Greenskins, and then tear out the Trolls as much as possible and use the Illyrian Reavers to hunt them down. Star Dragon just floating up in the high ground here. Prince has landed, but Tormentor Sword keeping him pinned in place here. Earthblood, Shield of Thorns has been popped though, both extended, so he's going to be an absolute beast in this combat. A big breath attack coming down low as well, nuking whoever is unfortunate enough to be down there. Looks like a couple of Gobbos, some Broken Tusk Mob and Trolls. But the Prince is getting absolutely annihilated here, and in comes the Fungi as well, rampaging him into the central section. So the Star Dragon is being thrown in here, all the marbles at the wall. Dragon Princes need to get in here and protect their lord. The Illyrian Reavers coming crashing in as well. Trolls slowly starting to take a beating here, War Lines of Chase being a good counter to them. And a lot of the Rangers are actually holding their ground relatively effectively here, but the war has been popped, and with that, this Prince is most certainly doomed. Night Goblin Warboss unfortunately has been routed off here though. This is a really good way back in the game. He needs to take these cheap Illyrian Reavers and hunt him down and force off all these troll units and start breaking the back of this Greenskin force. But unfortunately, the Prince, who has been rampaged, is stuck in glorious hand-to-hand combat. Star Dragon could get back up in the sky now, but Gorkle Fix-It keeping him down low on the ground. Broken Tusk Mob looking to pin him in by the most part. War Lines of Chase do on top of some nasty Skulkers here. A nice smoke bomb does come down, but they are going to be getting slaughtered to the man. And good cycle charge coming in from the Illyrian Reavers into the back lines, trying their best to help out the beleaguered Rangers, but they are getting a little bit decimated here as the Prince does indeed shatter. Night Goblin Warboss has rallied, although the Star Dragon come in for that glorious snipe. Broken Tusk Mob rallying to the king! To the king! As they surround the Star Dragon and going to be doing some fantastic work against him. Night Goblin Warboss cackling in the distance and wandering off. Dragon Prince is though going to be getting a nice counter charge into the Broken Tusk Mob, trying to rescue the dragon as much as possible. Really nice lance and charge here, trying to break the backs of those boar boys. Looks like the Mage of Life is still alive and healthy, so he can certainly heal up that Star Dragon. But the balance power going in favour of Amove here and the Greenskins, as that front line just got dumped. I don't see the Rangers carve up some Greenskins, some Gobbos and so forth, but against, what can men do, or elves do, sorry, against such reckless trollery? Mage of Life just chilling in the background here. I love the new models on the mages, by the way, to differentiate them. It does look very good. Night Goblin Warboss incredibly beaten up, but it looks like the back of the High Elves has been broken. Star Dragon, this ancient glorious beast, trying to get back up into the air, but he is unfortunately lumbering a little bit. He has been in slumber for too long, as broken Cosmoth do start to drag him down, but a nice attack animation does force him forward. But army losses are kicking in as Dragon Princess and Alien Reavers come in for a last suicide charge. A beautiful shot coming down, magic missile onto the Mage of Life. Does get flung to the dirt here as well. Mouthful of sand for her troubles. She is going to be fleeing for the hills. There are a few High Elf units starting to rally here, but with this Star Dragon going down, Fermented Fungi has been popped, rampaging him. That is going to be army losses and Amove's first victory of the stream. Very good stuff indeed. This is officially Troll Day. It is indeed, Zachary, man. It is indeed. They get destroyed by Pendulum. Who's this? Oh, the Silvering Guard. Yeah, so they actually get a 30% or 20% damage resistance, I believe, magic resistance, but Pendulums, they're such a tightly packed formation, it hits all of them and still does some really good damage overall. I wouldn't worry about what people are calling OP too much at the moment, guys. The arguments will just go around in circles. Give it a couple of weeks and we'll see what changes they make and so forth. But anyway, overall, really fun build. The Trolls just dominate in there. They were simply too much for the front line of Rangers. Nice attempt, though, coming by Ninja, almost managing to snipe out to the Night Goblin Warboss. Got him very low and managed to break him at some point, but then the Fungi returned, keeping the Prince trapped in there a little bit too long. Did unfortunately get him killed. Otherwise, he was doing pretty good, you know, breaking the leadership of quite a few of the Trolls, but they kept coming back with that good old-fashioned regeneration. GG, well played. Well, Ronan is probably jealous that I out-memed him. Oh, smack talk coming in already. So, next map we will do... What's another good map? Let's go Eshin. I think that's a close quarters-ish one. Fun builds. Dun, dun, dun. So up next we do have H455566HH. I don't know who that actually is, name-wise, but I'll drop a message to him in Discord. You are up, bro. Pass 1, 2, 3. If you are watching, man, please feel free to hop in. Well done. Awesome, awesome. Imagine being a High Elf Master trained to perfect combat for thousands of years and to get killed by a gang of trolls and goblins. He out-trolled me. Indeed. Yeah, that would kind of suck. But the power of the war is strong. It is strong indeed. Too good of us infantry? Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they put. I think the main things people have brought from it is Silver and Guard being very powerful. And everyone said about pump wagons, but I'm pretty terrible with them, and I haven't seen them used that often to fantastic effect. I think they are probably still a bit too cheap for what they're worth. Silver and Guard as well are pretty damn good, but I'm not sure if they're OP yet. I just don't think people have kind of figured out how to beat them. And my biggest thing about the latest DLC is that Techless on the Phoenix is probably a little bit too strong. He's just unkillable if in the hands of a good player and has like unlimited winds of magic. It's pretty insane. Cool. So I'll give a few moments anyway for the next combatant to roll up. I can see they are online. Not sure if they're... well, they're currently playing Destiny 2, so I'm not sure if they actually saw they ended up getting in the tournament. Look at the likes, Ninja. Yes, I did. I don't have any tea to drink, I'm afraid, to complete your challenge. If he doesn't, we'll give him a couple of minutes. If he doesn't hop on, we will move into Darth Pendragon and then Poison Ducky. Which should be good. I'm gonna have a little sip here. We're probably going to be carrying on the Imric campaign, by the way, tomorrow. Or Friday, I'm not sure. I might take tomorrow off. We're going to be doing a lot of streams recently. And a ton of like content and all that good stuff. Which has been good fun, but it is pretty knackering, so I was doing it on work days as well. And I'm very tired. But, well, not too bad today, actually. But also at work, I was pretty knacked. So I was like, oof, I should probably chill out a little bit. Sweet, he's coming. Awesome. Let me know if you can't see your lobby. So, I'm not sure exactly who this is, so I don't know if I've seen them play or not. We'll wait till they hop in and see their name tag. But should be some good fun. I think they are fine for 800 versus large, but they trade versus medium infantry too efficiently. Yeah, that charge defense against all really helps them up against marauders and so forth as well, kind of neutral in their ability. So they are a bit of a pain to break through, but again, that 30% magic resistance maybe just needs to get toned down slightly, but they are very susceptible to spells such as the Pendulum, simply because of how tightly packed they are. Even for High Elves, those guys certainly like to rub shoulders against each other quite a bit. But I hope you guys are enjoying this special stream. If you are, please do consider dropping a thumbs up button, subscribing, all that good stuff. But more importantly, we are here today, of course, trying to support Amove's family. As if you, I know I've gone over it multiple times, just for anyone who is a little bit new here. Just down in the description below, you'll see 2 links. The first link will take you to basically Amove describing the situation. So very unfortunately, his younger cousin has got leukemia, and he's trying to raise some funds basically to help and support her family. As it's a very young age to get something like that, and of course it's going to put a lot of strain on the family and so forth. So he's trying to raise a little bit of money to help support, and if you can, spare any money in that way, there's a link to PayPal, which is definitely the best way of paying, because the first link, it looks like you can pay through there, but I think it's slightly bugged and doesn't actually accept a lot of cards and stuff, Amove was telling me. So there's a PayPal link just below. But thank you guys so much for all the donations so far and the support. Amove also said, of course, the moral support is also very huge and important for him here. So you guys, the bouncers. Cool, looks like he is playing Total War Warhammer 2 now, so I should be hopping in just a second. If you are listening, by the way, the lobby is called Amove versus the World, I believe. Oh, I need to update the scoreboard now, don't I? It feels weird because I'm not doing a tournament. I'm not used to kind of constantly hopping back to the scoreboard here. So Amove is on the leaderboard now. Send an invite, please. Steam code. See what his Steam code is and we'll add him. I'm not sure if I have him on my friends list. Cool. So guys, just going to organise this through Steam quickly. Add friends. Cool. Send it to me. Dun, dun, dun. Cool. Invite sent. Who on earth is worse than Warhammer? Oh god, all the nicknames. Dun, dun, dun. Cool, just wait for him to come online. So they're not quite online yet. We'll have to wait and see. He out-trolled me. He did indeed, Ronan. He did indeed. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry about the small wait here, guys. What's your name? That should be the same name, actually, as that's on Steam, so I just don't think he's accepted it yet. Here, awesome. Cool, cool. So let's invite him. Maybe. Oh, there he is. Bam. Perfect. Password pass123. So making their debut on the channel. So I have no idea of the experience of this player, but it should be some good fun. There we go. So welcome H4555666HH. What a name. Hey. Hello, awesome. So I'll let these guys get chatting and sort out their builds. Is there anyone you want to see in particular? I can always recommend factions for these guys to play as well. They do have free reign to choose what they want, but you know, if there's anything, any units or lords you really want to see, I'm sure we can sway their minds with the power of the people. Picks and bands. So we'll see. Who are you rooting for? Amove or the rest of the world here? Some really good displays so far from Papa P, Ronin, and Ninja, of course. We still have a couple to go, guys. Got half an hour left, so we'll probably get through this one and probably Darth Pendragons. I'm not sure if we have time for Poison Ducky, unfortunately, but we'll try. We'll try and squeeze them in at the end. Poison Ducky is a fellow YouTuber as well, and a supporter of the channel. Has a really good channel himself, some fantastic content. Looks like Amove says you can play whatever you want. Looks like he's going Chaos. And I think Amove may be going High Elves, maybe get to see some really new cool stuff. I would love to see the Warden personally. I haven't actually seen him in any games yet. I'm going to be casting a game relatively soon. I think sent in by Triorii with Anaria and the Warden up against someone, so we'll have to give that a good look as well. I'm going High Elves. Get to see some of the new boys in action. One of my favourite units so far from the new DLC has been the Rahaga's Pride. I think they're like they're game breaking broken or anything, but I think they're just like a well balanced, like decent unit. But aesthetically, they look so cool and just thematically giant lions. It's so badass. All the new white line stuff's very cool. White lines of chase chariots as well are a nice inclusion simply because I normally get my chariots killed and all that horrible stuff. All that nasty stuff. Cool. These guys start their builds. Make sure we have no questions in Discord. Perfecto. If you guys have any questions, by the way, now is the perfect time to ask them in this little bit of downtime. Let's take them out. Looks like the Forces of Chaos are ready. I'll probably refer to H4 555 6 H as H4 just from now on, just to save my mind from the insanity of saying that name over and over again. Forces of Chaos versus High Elves, though, interesting matchup overall. I expect we will actually probably see some of the Silverin Guard. They can hold very effectively up against the Marauders, and help deal with nasty troll rushes, shag-offs, all that type of deadly stuff. I wonder if we will see any trolls here. I wonder if it's going to go along with the theme of the rest of the tournament so far, as kind of troll rushes. Of course, the High Elves can't bring any trolls themselves, unfortunately. They can bring a lot of fire damage. So you've got to be a bit careful here. Of course, regeneration does give you that weakness to fire. We could see the regiment around archers with some Sisters of Avalon, which would just decimate trolls in a matter of seconds. And I mean, they could be pretty good in this matchup anyway. They can deal with big shag-offs, manticores, all that good stuff. Personally, I'm praying for a Warden versus Kolek showdown, but we'll have to wait and see. Oh no, my chat froze. I just missed everything you guys said. Sorry. I'm having to look at chat on my phone. I excel at giving moral support. Hell yeah, Zachary, you do. My face is the Winter Tooth crown. I demand a Vampire Count mirror match. I will probably cry for about a month. I had to do a mirror match the other day between two Norskins. You mainly play Hunt Showdown lately. Ronin, that's a dirty lie. You only play Warhammer. Anything else, I refuse to believe. Amove fears the Skaven. He's going to go full cap. No way. Oh, I didn't think of that. If Amove goes full cap, it's going to be insane. Oh my god, my chat. I don't know what is going on in my chat. I'm like so far behind you guys. I don't know why it froze. Go Ronin. He's already played. This is not Ronin, I'm afraid. Kolek and Shadow Mage are brutal versus High Elves. Shadow Mages in general, very good up against High Elves. I love Wolfric, Shadow Mage, and some Hunters. With the Javelins, you simply wither any kind of key targets like Phoenix Guard or large monsters you want to pull down. You use the Pendulum to delete the infantry line and the Hunters to deal the damage. It's very powerful. Get him! I blame Ronin, exactly. He froze the chat somehow. Nah, it's just my phone is a bit dodgy connecting to the internet, unfortunately. Okay, it doesn't affect my PC. Oh, Poison Ducky having to play a Vampire Count mirror match in Snotland League. Ghost on Ghost action. Oh. That's some X-rated material indeed. So here we are on Eshin. Nice rolling hills, dotted around as well, so you can take some defensive formations. But at the same time, there's a big open plain in the middle. It's kind of more of a like a greeny troll country, to be honest. Some trees as well for little bits of dotted terrain, and some lovely mountains, as well as some glorious skulls, I believe, somewhere dotted into the mountains. There we go, in the distance. But let's hop through the builds this time. So for the forces of the High Elves and Amove here, we have Silver and Guard in the front line as expected. Looks like we have 3 units of those guys, backed up by some White Lines of Chase, who have had a few buffs implemented to them. I believe a few minor stat changes, as well as Woodsman is really useful now, as well as kind of Strider, Forest Strider and all that good stuff. We have some Swordmasters of Hearth as well, so pretty bad to the bones infantry corps here. We have a Star Dragon up in the skies, as well as Teclis on his pony here, so on top of the Mighty Phoenix, coming in with a net, a regrowth, his potion, and his sword. We're certainly looking to net down some fools here. Also, double Handmaidens of the Everqueen. This is something I've seen Falcon bring relatively recently as well. These ladies certainly have some sniping potential on their horses. They're kind of like fast-moving waste stalkers, I suppose. We also have the Heralds of the Wind, Regiment of Renowned Illyrian Reavers, widely considered to be not the greatest unit, simply because of their damage output for cost, but they do have a whopping 105 speed, and these guys look pretty damn fantastic as well. Now, for the forces of Chaos here, coming for H4, we have Chaos Marauders in the front line, and as to be expected, quad Chaos Trolls armoured here. I don't know what's going on today, guys, with these Chaos Trolls, but these guys look absolutely glorious. Look at all the spikes. They're so menacing. They kind of got the face a little bit like a Predator or something. And they're going to be surrounding Archaon the Everchosen, coming in with Flaming Sword of Ruin, Cascading Firecloak, Fireball, and Slayer of Kings. The buffs are really going to help out the Trolls quite a big deal here. Chaos Marauders in the backlines as well. It's a bit of a death box coming here. We have Chaos Warhounds, Marauder Horsemen as well for a tiny bit of mobility. Up in the skies, double Chaos Feral Manticore. And down low, Marauder Horsemen in the back lines with Chaos Warhounds for protection. Looks like 2 on either side. So the Silver Guard's certainly going to have to pack a punch here. Those 3 units will help deal with the Trolls, but Trolls will do huge damage back as well. The air game's going to be pretty even. Double Manticore, if they can surround the Star Dragon, who can do some fantastic damage. But of course, there is the Handmaidens to support, nets and healing as well. Teclis could simply net one of the Manticores, jump hit the Star Dragon whilst popping a regrowth. Could be a very deadly combination. I'm sure Ninja's happy in chat if there is a Star Puppy around. He is not full cap, I'm pissed. Friendly reminder to check the Discord link in the description. Yes, Archmage, 100%. Feel free to join my Discord. You can get involved in tournaments, events like this in the future, and get to chat to a load of cool people. How is Protocol nowadays? Protocol is a very good player, by the way. If you're talking about Protocol Wild, I'm assuming that's who you're having to play. Oh, got some police driving by my window, but sound has gone now. Hopefully you guys didn't hear that too much. They haven't found me yet. So, Heralds of the Wind are going to be pushing forward. Just going to do a cheeky bit of sniping here. I mean, any damage they do will add up. There is no healing, of course, for the Force of Chaos, apart from on these Armoured Trolls, and they have that free regeneration. Handmaidens pushing up as well. Star Dragon just chilling in the back. Silver Guard are going to be very, very, very key. I mean, even the Swordmasters of Hearth can do decent damage, of course, over the course of a whole battle, as they have pretty decent AP stats. Looks like Archaon is the focus of attention here, taking a few shots early on from the double Handmaiden. That's going to have to add up over time, however. Star Dragon going to be falling back. It looks like he has noticed the rear attempt by the Marauder Horsemen and the Poison Doggos. They don't have too many fantastic targets, apart from perhaps Teclis and these Heralds of the Wind. As everything else is going to be relatively okay at dealing with them, but rear attacks can be quite painful. Archaon coming in with an absolute clobbering to the face of this Handmaiden here, but he's taking a few shots for his Trolls here, and of course there is still a net available to help pull back as well. I've got a feeling what's going to happen here is the Marauder Horsemen are going to get netted, and a Star Dragon is going to pop on them, but they're all collapsing at the same time, as the High Elves are getting circled here a little bit. Some nice thrown axes as well coming onto the Heralds of the Wind. But White Lines trying to force back the Marauder Horseman. So he wants to net and hop into the back line, but I feel like he's going to need the Star Dragon in the front as well. The nice surrounds coming in by the Forces of Chaos, looping all the way around both flanks. The Silver Guard is going to be trying to realign and box up as much as possible. In the front line, Chaos Trolls very wisely hop into the Swordmasters of Koeth here instead of the Silver Guard. Actually, on this flank looks like they do hop in, as well as Archaon, who has been netted here. The Star Dragon could simply fly over now and do a breath attack. That would be a really good play, but everywhere you look, there is Chaos lurking in the distance. Chaos Warhounds do manage to hop down on the Heralds of the Wind, and a big breath attack coming on Archaon, nuking him down to below half health. Silver and Guard remaining firm as well. holding the battle line, and in comes the Star Dragon for the snipe attempt. Archaon still netted in here. Is he going to react and pull away? It looks like he's trying to, but he does in fact take a rear attack instead for his effort. Archaon is getting destroyed here. Looks like we do have a burning head coming down the line on the white lines of chase and the Sylvan Guard. And this is tough, guys. This is a close one. Chaos Troll slowly getting worn down, but the Handmaidens have nowhere to run. Archaon has managed to flee from the Star Dragon and now has been jumped by the double Chaos Ferromanticore. And in the back lines, huge disaster. Teclis has been caught and surrounded by double Chaos Warhounds, as well as more of the Horsemen. Some of the Heralds of the Wind are trying to get in here for support. Potion Troy going to be healing him up and giving that damage resistance, but that does not last too long at all. The rest of the battle is going relatively well for the High Elves, so he needs to save Teclis here. This could be a game changer. Star Dragon desperately trying to get up into the air to come and support. Heralds of the Wind are flooding in here, but Teclis, it's not looking good. Trolls are being forced off here. There's nothing to chase them down anymore now that the Heralds of the Wind are committed to the frontline engagement, so they're simply going to regen and come back. Swordmasters have acquitted themselves very well as these Sylvan Guard. Star Dragon forcing his way along the ground here, dragging himself through and popping into the mist here. Teclis incredibly beaten up though. Star Dragon does get a nice regrave, pop in to try and shut down Archaon. Has popped Slayer of the King. Cascade of Fireclick as well is going to be buffing up these troops. We're about to see a giant flaming sword of rune as well, and Teclis going down. Could have lost Amove the game here, although Trolls are starting to stomp down the front line, relatively effective as well. And we've seen a new game meta, guys. Are Trolls the new kind of, the go-to choice, the OP choice here? Archaon, the Ever-Chosen, does wisely fall back. No point getting sniped out here. Star Dragon's going to be trying to chase as much as possible. He's doing a decent job and hunting down a lot of troops here. Ferromanticore's getting very beat up. Handmaidens did push in, but Teclis has been allowed to retreat here. He certainly needs to hunt him down where possible, and it looks like very nice play here. The Chaos Warhound's going to be popping over and hunting down Teclis, who is close to rallying, but of course, in combat, not going to do him much good. Heralds of the Wind may need to be sacrificed here to charge into glorious combat to try and raise him, as I don't think there's much hope for success without Teclis on the field for those regrows and so forth. For Star Dragon, if he can hunt down Archaon, this is the problem. If he just had one net left, he can net him down, breath attack him, and finish him off. Looks like I said, a big net attack going directly down on that Manticore, rampaging it as well up into skies. And a lot of the Forces of Chaos are breaking here, but there's so many Chaos Trolls left, not too many Sylvan Guard left to deal with them. Double Handmaidens doing okay in combat against the Horsemen, and it looks like nice micro here. The Heralds of the Wind did charge into glorious combat, but got shut down. And H4 going to be hunting Teclis to the edge of the map. So just saying good luck and they're ready and so forth. So balance power is still relatively even here though. Star Dragon is an absolute monster in combat here. Probably wants to hunt down these Chaos Trolls, force them away, and the Ferromanticores, and then use the Handmaidens to simply try and snipe out Archaon, which is certainly possible here. Sylvan Guard doing decent in the front lines, up to 35 kills on this one unit. The other unit did get 53 before being shut down. White lines of chase are currently going up against Chaos Trolls, and these guys are going to be regenerating this entire time, which is a bit of a nightmare. Star Dragon trying his best to hunt down Archaon, but it's tough. He is running to the hidey hole of all his Chaos Trolls, and all his forces are coming back as well. So instead, it looks like he's going to be going for the Ferromanticore. Good shout here. Deletes him in about one punch, or one bite, sorry. Snap of the neck, flick of the wrist, and the Chaos Ferromanticore is going down here, 420 health. Chaos Trolls are starting to surround the Handmaidens, who need to be very careful. Great job hunting down the Chaos Warhounds, but the trap has certainly been set here. The Star Dragon going to come over here and assist. Balance power not gone yet. Or is there anything left on the battlefield that can rally for the High Elves? Not much, to be honest. It's kind of what you see is what you get. Ferromanticore has a ride on the side here. Huge breath attack, raking down through these Chaos Marauders, doing some pretty fantastic work. And of course, the Chaos are split into two sections here. So if this Dragon can come in here, get a nice terror out and save these Handmaidens, that could be really clutch. And they could simply use all that ammunition on Archaon and snipe him out as much as possible. It looks like the Handmaidens starting to rally here a bit as the Chaos Trolls are shut down, and these Chaos Trolls will not last long against the mighty flaming attacks of the Star Dragon, which is perfect for dealing with all of his enemies. It's just, I think he's going to get mobbed, surrounded, and slowly dragged down. But a ton of these forces have broken here. He needs to get back up into there. He does not want to get charged here by the Chaos Trolls and Archaon. Handmaidens as well need to stay active. Loosen some shots into Archaon where possible. And yeah, use the Dragon to chase off the Warhounds. You need to get rid of them, otherwise they're going to be a massive pain to these poor little ladies here. Rallying Elves in the distance, some Swordmasters and White Lions, so they come back to the fray. Sylvan Guard are still here as well. The Handmaidens once again getting caught here, and this is the real nasty kind of problem with having such a small elite army. These key targets getting shut down here and routed, and of course they are the last remaining bastion of strength and leadership. But is it a trap? No, okay, I mean it is going to allow the Star Dragon to get the charge off and pop in to try and help the Handmaidens, which isn't too bad of an idea. You can see the huge damage he's done to the Chaos Trolls, as in fact Archaon is fleeing from the Star Dragon here. Oh no, it's just a cheeky rare attack. Okay, not too bad at all. But he did take a big old snap there from those mighty teeth, down to just 814 health. Handmaiden standing strong now that he knows the Star Dragon is here. Some effective cycle charging could be really key as Silver and Guard do clamber in. This game is so goddamn close. Chaos Warhound's been used effectively to chase down this last Handmaiden. Very good play overall. And yeah, nice play here by Arcane though, trying to snipe out the last bit of leadership. Handmaiden needs to flee here. Cascading Fire Cloak has been popped, keeping Arcane nice and healthy, but he does start to break here. -1 leadership, 7 back up somehow, even though he's down to just 114 health. And these trolls probably going to be able to clobber down the Star Dragon. The Handmaidens need to get their sniping game on. More of the horsemen are surrounded here. White lines of chase plodding up the hill here as quickly as possible, trying to assist. Star Dragon here as well, keeping that Handmaiden active. Southern Guard popped into the mix. They are good against all these troops, of course, and all these trolls, but there's still 4 units of trolls, guys. That is pretty scary stuff. So the only way the High Elves can win this, fantastic scrap by the way so far, is assassinate Archaon and then tear out the trolls and hunt them down and kind of pick on them, you know, one by one. Some breath attacks here could be pretty clutch. Looks like they're going after the white lines of chase as much as possible. Handmaiden going to be falling back. Archaon is wavering simply due to how close the Star Dragon is. And he's coming for the snipe, guys. He's coming in for it, but Archaon looks like he's managed to escape here. Star Dragon is getting pinned in by all the Chaos Trolls. It's a disaster. The Cascaded Fire Cloak has been popped in. Archaon, 160 in health, dispatches that Handmaiden, has her running for the hills here. Star Dragon trying to force his way across, but there's no way H4 is going to allow that engagement to happen. In distance, it looks like Chaos Warhounds did manage to chase off the secondary Handmaiden of the Everqueen, and that Fermentor Core is coming back and do some nice charge damage. Archaon desperately trying to come in here, super risky. Star Dragon coming with a massive clobber here, 107 health. Ooh, this is so risky. I would leave Archaon way, way, way out of this battle. No point getting him endangered here. Just allow the trolls to do their work. Handmaiden come in with some snipe attempts as well, down to 107 health. The long-range shot does unfortunately come up short there, and the Star Dragon does break. And with that, what's this going to set in? What a game, guys. He really needed to just kite at the end there, I think, the Handmaidens. But again, I do like the idea of chucking them into combat to allow the Star Dragon to try and carry the game on its back, come in with those constant cycle charges to do some pretty decent damage. It's a really fun game, and once again, the Trolls reign supreme. GG, Trolls confirmed OP. 1 game to go. So well played to H4 there, making his debut on the channel. Fantastic competitor. And let's shut this down with a nice Alpine Ridge. So Darth Pendragon, time to pop in, man. The Star Dragon got trolled. Indeed, Aristo, nice to see you, man. Hope you're doing all good. What was the charity for? I will explain in just a second. I will quickly change the scoreboard. So the rest of the world doing pretty damn good so far. I mean, that has a lot of people to take on Amove. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, looks like we have loads of notifications. What is it about? Okay, no worries. Let's hop back in. GG. Well played, H4. See you next time. I'm not sure if he knows it's Amove stays on or if he thinks it's a King of the Hill. Dun, dun, dun. It's a charity King of the Hill, so Amove is against the world. So he stays on. Cool, so Darth Pendragon, hop in when the guys do leave. And Alpine Ridge will be the final map. So Aristamos and everyone who is a little bit late here. Did you zoom in on those trolls? Apparently they have 110 armor. Yes, it is scary stuff indeed. It's pretty damn crazy. So, if anyone late, this is of course a charity stream. So there's 2 links down in the description below that aren't normally there. And one of them is some information on the charity event itself. So very tragically, unfortunately, Amove's younger cousin has developed leukemia, which is quite horrible indeed. And Amove is trying to raise some funds to help support her family, of course, in these quite troubled times. And he's just trying to raise money to help her out, and any extra money he does raise, he's also donating to charities researching into this, so he has set a little goal for himself. But if you do want to donate and help support him, please use the PayPal link, which is the second link in the description below, instead of the first one, as the first one doesn't actually work, so when it says no one's donated on their stuff, people have been donating throughout, but it all goes through straight to Amove. So should I leave? Yep. Well played though. feel free to hop on the stream. Cool, cool. So yeah, man, that's basically a roundup. I've kind of gone through it a few times, so I'm not going into too much detail. But yeah, it's for a very good cause. Amove's name, yeah. He's Ronin's cream pasta, and then Ronin hopped in. He played in the second game, and his name was B-Move Hacker. It was a nightmare to cast, but it's so funny. So this is going to be the last game, guys. Yeah, man, it really sucks. Like, I feel like almost everyone in chats can kind of relate to... you know, family members having like horrific injuries and diseases and stuff. It's really horrible. So it's really nice of Amove basically to try and organise this. He reached out to me about a week ago and asked if I'd consider doing a charity stream, which of course I would have been happy to do. And, you know, we've had huge support so far, which is really fantastic. Trolls OP confirmed. Yeah, but hey Darth. Last game, so let's make it a cracker. So sorry, Poison Ducky. I won't be able to get you in this one, buddy. We are running out of time, unfortunately. But thank you for the support in chat. And we'll get you in the next one, dude. Unfortunately, a bit of a short stream today because we're trying not to clash with ECL and allowing kind of, you know, people in chat to go take part in that. And you know, I know a lot of these guys competing today wanted to play in that as well. So I'm going to finish off nice and early. Give people a bit of a break before they have to play in other tournaments and so forth. Awesome. Let these boys start their matchups. But do you know what the absolute best is? The absolute best what, Aristo? Skinwolves. I love armored Skinwolves, man. Skinwolves are such a cool unit thematically. Yeah, animal bones and stuff gives you around 100 armor. I think the armored trolls actually do wear armor as well a little bit. Cream spatzel on pizza. Now, I love pizza so much. It's like a worrying obsession. I actually had to stop buying pizza. I was having like 3 or 4 pizzas a week. So I only have them every now and again now. They're just so good. They're so like just easy to make, not crazy expensive. They taste so good. So many variations. Ghost Mirror, yes, yes. Cool, so we have Skaven against High Elves. High Elves are a relatively decent answer to Skaven simply because the sheer volley of you know, cheap arrows they can bring to the field to bring down and pierce those little rat bodies. But at the same time, they have a lot of expensive troops and their characters can be rather squishy, so Giselles can do wonders in this matchup. Scream more games. More games demanded. I guess I'll have to keep my Pentacorps for another time. You can clearly see it's not me, he's playing Skaven. I've heard, Ronan, that deep down you actually like Skaven quite a lot. And you're secretly a Skaven main and you smurf in big tournaments as Amove. That's what I've heard anyway. I'm sure you guys have heard the rumours, and yes, I do smurf for Falcon, of course, at all the huge tournaments. So every time he's won everything, just know it was me deep down. That's our little secret, so don't tell anyone. Let's check Discord, make sure we're all good. Beep, beep, beep. Yep, looks like we're all good in the hood. Dun dun dun. Make sure the stream connection is all strong. Looks like we're all fine, guys. And bam, cool, we're back. This matchup has flipped 2 mortars will eat archers so quickly. That is a good counter. If you get the poison wind mortars, they could do fantastic work up against archers, but at the same time, if they're quite squishy themselves, so of course you need Illyrian Reavers and so forth to pressure the back line, but if you can shut it down, archers do a fantastic job overall. What was that food that looked like pizza but wasn't? You can get those like folded pizzas. I don't know what they're called. It's like a pizza which has been folded in on itself with like extra stuffings and stuff inside. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Poison Wind Mortars are underrated, man. They're really good. Yeah, I smell as a guy named Soof. That's pretty impressive, Ronan, as you played as 2 people, I guess, in my latest tournament then. Oh, looks like I'm just sorting themselves that quick. Looks like Amove is ready for the ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny. We are, of course, going to be playing on Alpine Ridge here. A glorious map. Joke's on you, I smurf for a dude named Ronan. I love it. GG's. Oh, do you say GG's? Good luck, have fun, all that good stuff. Fantastic sportsmanship all round so far. Let's get excited. Let's get excited. Alpine Ridge. These two competitors claw their way on top of the mountain. Try and show once and for all who is the true champ of the stream. So many trolls. So much glorious action. I think every single matchup has had spamming of trolls, haven't we? And haven't they won every single time? Trolls really showing their unbelievable dominance here. I suppose troll spam can work very effectively when your opponent's not expecting it. Just dip them little pasta boys in more cheese. Oh, so good. So good indeed. As we wait for these players to load in here. Nice hill. On the right-hand flank, we do have some trees dotted around. Of course, you can dive in and out of these. And it's a little bit obvious if your army's disappeared. But because of the hill, you actually can't see your opponent's deployment zone. So, before they get on top of the hill and realise there's nothing here, you can actually get quite a long way down the flanks. There's some trees on the left-hand side as well, and can be quite a nice way of approaching the enemy too. Should be some good fun. I actually really like this map because it's quite realistic to real life. So a lot of people don't know, so skirmishes in real life did do a decent amount of damage as well, but their main objective in a battle, at least in kind of, way back in the day, we're talking like, ancient warfare, would be to screen out the deployment and movements of their own army. So say you had an army of kind of like Carthaginians here and an army of Romans here, they'd both send forward their skirmishers, and the main point of that is that enemy general now can't see what you've deployed in what order, and where to kind of match up troops, where you heaviest, where have you got your spearmen, where have you got your cav, and so forth. So, the kind of hill acts in that way, I suppose, blocking the enemy's sight until the battle does get underway. It can make for some really messy engagements, which is always good fun to cast and watch at. Zachary, that was a really, that was a pretty detailed description there, man, of you eating. It sounds like you have good fun. Ronan's reaction there says it. Oh, that's really funny. That is some good stuff. If you guys want to learn, by the way, like if you're interested in like Total War and strategy and stuff, I cannot recommend the Second Punic Wars. It's a fantastic kick point as well to learn a bit more about strategy and so forth. It's obviously the mighty Hannibal up against the forces of Rome. I believe Extra History did like a, not like dumbed down, but like it skims over a lot of kind of huge points, but it gets like the main facts away. It's like this little cartoon they do on a YouTube channel, and I highly recommend watching it. It's actually really good fun. So yeah, Extra History, the Second Punic Wars. It's like the ultimate war, honestly. It involves huge amounts of people. There's blood oaths, giant monsters in the form of elephants, crazy tactics. It's really good fun. It was a very bad movie statement. I do need to start making mods. I'm not sure if I can get mods until 1,000 subs or not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it works. I could try that now, but I don't want to mess up these guys loading in. I might try at the end. So I think I just have to right click on people to make them mods, right? Who knows? Professional YouTuber over here, not knowing how to make mods. Come on, lads. Hopefully it's just one of their computers a little bit slow. Don't worry about the loading time and how long it takes. It is not indicative of people's internet connection. It's simply their computers. And it does happen now and again. The Punic Wars indeed. What's up, Zernoff? There is indeed a charity, so we're raising funds at the moment for Amove's younger cousin, who's unfortunately being diagnosed with leukemia. I'll explain more after this game, man, as this is the last game of the channel, but the first link in the Discord will give you some more information on what's happening and what we're raising money for, and the second link is where you can donate and drop PayPal and stuff. Without further ado, Amove, the champ of the people here, coming in with a really awesome build by the looks of it. In the front lines we have Skaven slaves. Cheap and cheerful chaff is the ultimate way to describe these guys. They are expendable as hell, but they can do a certainly good job of soaking up damage, arrow fire and so forth, allow the rest of the army to do some damage back. His clan rats with spears as well, so a ton of chaff basically for the main force of his army. And let's have a little look at his damage dealers. We do have the Natty Bobu's sharpshooters, running around Warplock Giselle's very powerful unit, one of the most best units in the game. Has Stalk, Shield Breaker, very good sniping potential. We do in fact have Warp Lightning Cannons, triple Warp Lightning Cannons. What on earth is this build? It's going to be packing a huge freaking punch. We do have a Doom Wheel on the left hand flank. And a Doomwheel on the right-hand flank as well, going crazy here with all the mad contraptions. In the front lines, we do have Rat Ogres as well. Probably going to be moved back, I'd assume, to protect these back lines. Probably seen one here and one here. So double Rat Ogres. And for his Lordship, he does have Lord Skrulk here. Let's check out what he has brought to the table. So he has gone for the Liber Bibonicus, of course, and the Rod of Corruption. We do have Vermintide as well, which is going to be really key. He needs to summon these clan rats. He has a super flimsy front line, so he's really hoping that numbers can seal the day here. As well as Pestilent Breath as well. So basically going to be trying to shoot his opponent off the top of the hill, which is a nice way of doing it. Now for the forces of the High Elves, we do have Rangers in the front line. Going to be a really good tool here. They can tear through Skaven forces very quickly. The Skaven slaves will die in droves to these guys. He does also have double spearmen, it looks like, on either flank, and a huge archer corps. So very competitive stuff coming in here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 archers, including the Talons of Tor Khalida. Regiment around, guys, do fire damage, and yeah, pretty good stuff overall. Flaming attacks, and they make the enemy more susceptible to fire damage themselves. We have some glorious Lion Chariots of Chase here. This is beautiful. Look at these models. These are white lions looking ferocious. I don't like the fact that they whip the lions. It kind of annoys me because I feel like their bond would be too strong, surely, for a whip to be needed. Rahaga's Pride as well, in the centre pocket here, coming with their very nice ability of the Mighty Roar, -8 leadership and 25% speed. Going to be very good up against the forces of Skaven. Looks like over hidden in the trees we have some Illyrian Reavers, and up in the sky we have an Archmage of Fire riding on top of an eagle. I'm assuming Burning Head. Yeah, Burning Head, Flaming Sword of Ruin, and Fireball, Arcane Conduit, and Book of Hoeth. Super fun build. Is that more Illyrian Reavers over on the other flank? It is indeed. Cool stuff indeed. Let's go. I brought a special unit for Ben the Barman. Which is the unit for Ben? I'm not sure which one he loves the most. Is it the Doom Wheels or the Warp Lightning Cannons, Ben? Not sure if he's still in chat. I want to be a mod. Indeed, man. I just need to figure out how to try and do it. Second Punic War is a perfect example why resources are more important than tactics. 100%. 100%. What's up, Boy Red Legion? Yeah, Punic War was... I mean, I'll let people watch it and research into it, but it has lost... But, I mean, you say resource, also stubbornness, and how stubbornness can actually play a huge part in a war, because Rome should have surrendered. Like, there is no way they should not have surrendered. They were getting hammered at one point. But resources, just being able to pull from across their territories, I suppose, kind of kept them going. But I think it was actually the lack of Carthaginian leadership, which kind of cost them it. Apart from Hannibal, but their kind of council, I think, really let him down, because they had the resources to go toe-to-toe with Rome. At least a lot better than they did. But anyway, guys, enough of that. Back to the glorious, fantastic Total War. So, over on the left-hand flank there, Illyrian Reavers are starting to push up. I'm assuming they're going to be doing the same on the right-hand side as well. They're going to be quite key, actually. They need to hop into this back line and shut down these Warp Lightning Cannons. But you can see these guys are well protected. Clan Rats with Spears and Rat Ogres guarding those guys as best as possible. Color Archer Fighters coming in on the Skaven Slaves. As the Ranger's going to pop into the front line before pulling back here. Not a bad idea at all. Just allow your archers to get in some consistent damage whilst dodging the attacks. As Natty Bobu Sharpshooters do start piercing some Ranger shots. Some of those poor guys are getting flung down the hill there. That is vicious work. Liam Reaver's going to be lurking in the trees here. Not sure if these guys got spotted. But yeah, archers coving some shots over top of the hill, which is a good play. Only on to Skaven Slaves though, these guys can eat shots all day. Oof, the RT. The RT indeed. It's going to be some scary stuff. Looks like he's moving up with the archers, but it's going to be pretty tough here. Both forces are moving up still. You can see Natty Bobu Sharpshooters are trying to hunt down. Liam Reaver's going to be looking to try and get into this back line, but Liam Reaver's, if they hit the side here, they might be able to break the unit before they get beat up by the Rat Ogres. It's going to be tough though. Looks like High Elves going to be going for the full ball rush. It's the only way to really play this. Doomwheel's going to be pushing forward, and they're a fantastic counter here to the Rangers. Rangers aren't going to be able to do any damage against them. These guys are simply going to roll over the enemy. A nice summon as well to keep these guys pinned back for a long time. I'm sorry, the guys got a bit of the hiccups. Clan Rat's going to be charging on top of the Rangers, and yeah, you can see the huge damage already done, but the Rahaga's Pride, fantastic counter charge here. In comes the Roar, slowing down the Doomwheel. Fantastic play by Dark Pendragon. Going to be pinning this guy in and allowing the Wolves to try doing their work, but it looks like even with the minus speed, this guy's still rocking enough speed to break out there and start running over some archers. But really nice attempted counterplay there, and you can see the Rangers are cleaving through Skaven Slaves disgustingly quickly there. There's not too much the Skaven Slaves can do. A nice Burning Head does come down, but it does roast a few of the Rangers as well. I suppose it is going to get rid of this summoned unit. And then right here into the Illyrian Reavers, but fantastic play so far, bringing some of those Reavers into the front line to try and break through. It looks like Natty Bobu's sharpshooters did get hopped on by more Reavers, and another unit is coming in. So targeting down the front line, and these Bobu sharpshooters, instead of the warp lightning, is basically making all of these clan rats and rat ogres useless. So I'm really liking the play so far by the High Elves. This is some fantastic stuff. It looks like in the front line as well, to try and support the Doom Wheels, Skrulk did pop in here, but he's been absolutely deleted. Rahaga's Pride are going to pin him in. They're being buffed up as well. Archmage taking some huge damage from the Libra and so forth, but has managed to surround Lord Skrulk, and they are decimating him. What performance so far with Darth Pendragon. It looked really rough early on with those shots coming in, but a nice catch on Lord Skrulk. Fantastic Illyrian Reaver play, which have even been able to pin in the Doom Wheels and at least keep him away from the main action. However, there is still triple Warp Lightning Cannons here, which can do some fantastic damage overall. Trying to target down the archers for now. Doom Wheel is going to be able to escape here, most likely. It looks like Skrulk did... oh no, he's still alive. But is this a nasty fireball coming in? This could end it, but he's having to sit still for that, so some Warp Lightning Cannon shots could be coming in. Skrulk down to 360 health. The fireball clobbers him straight in the back and kills him outright. You can see the Archmage incredibly low herself, taking huge Warp Lightning cannon shots. This game is certainly not over. If you can protect this back line, it is going to be a big mission, as a lot of the High Elves are starting to run out of a little bit of steam here. Rat Ogre's pretty good up against Rangers, who have forced their way into the back line. Illyrian Reavers have slowly been broken off, and Natty Bobu's sharpshooters are back. The Archmage needs to just escape where possible. Is she still alive? Oh my god. She's running for the hills here. Minus 18 leadership. She should rally before she catches the end here. Minus 10 leadership. Going to be interesting to see. The High Elf Archer Core is going to be very key as well. But the Rangers doing fantastic kill-wise. Illyrian Reavers also hunting down the Doom Walls. But it looks like this one has managed to break free and trying to hop on top of that Archer line. Arrows coming in trying to roast the Rat Ogre, which is not a bad play at all. There's Rahaga's Pride as well. Popping in here, dropping the Roar to escape actually. Minus 24 speed, really nice play. And that could allow the Spin to hop in as well on top of the Natty Bobus. It looks like the Archmage did rally in the distance there, which is really good news for the High Elves. And Balance Power though still dead even. Nice Archer play on top of the Rat Ogres, slowing them down and hitting them with the Archers. But these Warp Lightning Cannon crews doing some huge work. Doom Wheel did manage to get into the back line and terrify off some Archers, but unfortunately for it has been chased off itself. I think the Archer Core may be slightly bit too strong. There's no more summons, and as I said at the start of the battle, summons were so key here to blobbing up the High Elves, allowing your troops to escape. So if they can just play Sin and struggle to the front line, Illyrian Reavers do force path their way through on top of the Warp Lightning Cannon, but they're going to pay quite dearly for that, as the Rat Ogres do shut them down. Warp Lightning Cannon crews trying to focus down the Archers, which is the best thing to do here. And a rallying Doom Wheel in the back lines here. No, some Illyrian Reavers definitely needed to shut this guy down. He can simply hop on top of these undefended Archers now very successfully. Archmage wavering on the background there. Can come in late game with some magic, no doubt. We do have some clan rats who need to get moved into the main defensive line, as the Warp Lightnings are slowly starting to get overrun here. Rat Ogres trying their best. Archers even being sent into combat, it would seem, which is a bit odd. But yeah, we do have some Rangers and Illyrian Reavers returning from the woods as well, and there's just simply not enough to protect the Warp Lightning Cannons at this point. Balance power is still relatively even, but that's because of how much value is in these guys, and they still have a decent amount of ammunition left. I feel like they are going to be getting shut down here. One year Rat Ogres though is doing such a good job of protecting so far. The Archer Core is incredibly beat up here. Doom Wheel doing decent damage in the back line, terrifying off some Illyrian Reavers, Archers, but Rahaga's Pride, real MVPs this game, hunting these guys down. They've been hunting down Doom Wheels, breaking into the back lines, slowing down their opponent and using really fantastic map control. Archmage of Fire just chilling in the background. Looks like she might actually break again, which is kind of funny, considering how far away from the battle she is. And these Rat Ogres trying to put this game on the back. They're bouncing between combats, trying to protect where possible. But that's all he has left. Natty Bobu sharpshooters in combat, trying to protect the Warp Lightning Cannons. Archers and High Elves incredibly beat up. Skaven slaves are coming back, and there's some more Rat Ogres here, but it's just too static at the moment. Warp Lightning Cannon crews are starting to rout here and get pulled down, and that is going to be game. Well, man, that was pretty damn fantastic. What Hannibal needed was all of Rome's allies betraying him. Yes, and a lot of them were, and also the Macedonians sided with Hannibal. So they had the numbers and stuff. And yeah, we can speak about that in a different video. I think the biggest mistake of that war is actually the King of Sicily backing Carthage, because Carthage then funded a ton of troops and resources into that, which kind of went nowhere and was a big stalemate. But that's a discussion for a different video. We're here to wrap up the stream here. But I love to talk about that anytime with you guys. We maybe do a video on it at some point or something. Could be quite cool. Really fun builds coming in. The Living Reaver play was fantastic. Blocking in Lord Skroak, hunting down the Warp Lightning Cannons at the end and chasing away those Doom Wheels. Managed to win the day in the end. It's nice to see Rangers as well getting some decent kills. And it's really cool as well. A Archmage fire up on top of a Mighty Eagle. I'm really liking the Archmages and their new designs. Really fun build by not to say Ronin because of the name, by Amove here. An absolute champ off the stream, but it's some really fun builds. Warp Lightning Cannons doing some huge damage. But honestly, I really like the build. The one thing that cost him was losing Lord Skroak early. If he was alive into that late game, he would have another Liber, Rod of Corruption and so forth. The Archmage would be dead, and constant summons would protect that back line. He nearly managed to pull it out with just the Ratogers alone. So with summons as well, it certainly would have been a different story. No, you didn't let me use my chariot. I didn't see the chariot. Did it just get destroyed at the start? GG, well played. So update the scoreboard here. So the rest of the world has punished Amove here that we, in return, should support him as much as possible. So I will go through the charity just one more time in a second, guys, as we wrap this up. What's up, Squirrel? Big boys indeed. GG's all round. So massive shout out to Amove here. Looks like Darth Dragon saying, I hope your cousin gets better, man. My wishes are with you and your family. True gentleman here. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, your support, and all the donations we've had. I don't have like a grand total or anything. I'd have to speak to Amove about that. Can we call it the Archmage? We can indeed, Aristotle. But yeah, for those who don't know, this was a stream, of course, with the idea behind raising some money for Amove's younger cousin who has unfortunately been diagnosed with leukemia. You can find more information down in the description down below. The first link will take you to a post Amove has made where he describes, kind of what's going on and what the money is going to be used for and so forth, supporting her family. But don't put donations through there. Put donations through the PayPal link, which will go to him, which he is obviously given to the family. So massive shout out to you guys. You're the best. You're the best for chilling out with us and all your great support. And I'm sure Amove does really appreciate as well all the love he's been getting. Yeah, big love hearts there, which is always good to see. So you guys did enjoy. Feel free to like and subscribe for more Total War Warhammer content in the future. And any last questions, I'll be hanging on for just a couple of minutes there, so feel free to ask away. GG's, love you, and I'm glad that you helped out. That we helped out a little for those in need. Exactly, man. Like Amove was saying, honestly, like if he made like 20p off this, it would mean the world to him. It's like I think the emotional support is pretty huge as well. So thank you guys for turning out and showing him lots of love. See, Ducky, thanks for hosting. No worries, man. Thanks for playing, Amove. You're a champ. Much love from me and the stream chat. Hope we managed to help. Cool. The grand total is an amount of monies, indeed. Indeed. I appreciate it. Big love hearts. Awesome, man. He was absolute champ. Some really fun builds today. Loving to see all the trolls and so forth. And yeah, best of luck to anyone who is playing in the ECL today as well. Hope to see a few of you guys there. And we will be back streaming maybe tomorrow. I'm going to take one day off, Thursday or Friday. But we will be back with at least an Imric stream. Maybe a King of the Hill if you guys are lucky. I'm not sure. But yeah, stick around. And Ronin will get his whooping soon. He will indeed. I can imagine in the future. Sorry guys. Peace. And until next time, stay awesome.